happy holidays, everybody. Let's have a good time. And let's break up Why Not. Come on, Why Not?
Why not? Yay!
Oh,
Why
why
not?
not? Oh my goodness, yes.
Why not?
Absolutely. Why not? Why not?
Why not?
Ready?
Is she here?
Why
Oh,
not?
I couldn't even hear through all the applause there. I
Why
didn't
not?
even hear my
Why
name.
not? You
Famous.
ready to
Yeah,
get up
yeah,
here,
yeah,
dog?
yeah,
Look
yeah.
at his dress she's wearing. It's fantastic.
Oh, my double click doesn't work now that I've changed my viewer.
Oh,
poop.
yeah. When you get older,
Ah.
double click doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, you got that right. Your knees click. Lord. Well, the salesman rang.
God bless you.
Oh, my Lord. A salesman rang the doorbell on a house, and the door is answered by this little boy. He's smoking a cigar, holding a glass of brandy. He has a copy of Playboy tucked underneath his arm. "Say, Sonny," says the salesman, "is your mom at home?" The boy taps the ash off his cigar, and he goes, "What the hell do you think?"
Look like my mom's home? No.
This little boy gets separated from his daddy at the carnival, and he asks a cop to help find him. And the cop says he's trying to get a description. "Well, what's your father like?" And the kid says, "Well, beer and women." The Sunday school teacher asked her pupils where God lives. This little girl sticks her hand out and says, "Miss, God lives in our bathroom." "In your bathroom? Why do you think he's in there?" The little girl says, "'Cause every morning my daddy bang on the bathroom door and shouts, 'God, are you still in there?'" This man walked in a bar and he ordered 6 whiskeys, and he lined them up in a row and knocked back the first, third, and fifth glasses and got up to leave. "Don't you want the others?" the bartender asked. "You've only had 3 of your whiskeys." "Best not," says the man. "My doctor says it's only okay to have the odd drink." The Loch Ness Monster squeezes into the Soho bar. He orders a shot of whiskey for $8. "You're really an unusual sight, if you don't mind me saying so, sir," says the bartender. "You know, we don't get many monsters in here." And the monster says, "Aye, and at your prices, I'm not too surprised." This mine collapsed near a small town, and an engineer survived the disaster. Went to the local bar. The bar's empty except for one other customer. "Hey, bartender," says the engineer, "I'll have a beer and pour another one for my friend over there." And the bartender says, "I'm sorry, but that guy's Irish. We don't serve his kind in here." "Well, you better, because if it weren't for that guy, I wouldn't be here," says the engineer. "You know, that mine caved in. Well, I was in the mine, and so was that guy, and when the last of us were escaping, he held the roof of the mine up with his head. So get him a beer, and if you don't believe me, look at the top of his head. You'll see that it's flat from holding up the roof." And the bartender serves the Irishman a beer. He comes back to talk to the engineer, and he says, "I saw the flat spot on his head, but I also saw some bruising under his chin. What's that about?" The engineer says, "Oh, that's where we put the jack." This pregnant Irish woman fell into a coma after a crash. After a year, she wakes up and she finds she's given birth to twins, a boy and girl. "Where are they?" "It's all right," says the doctor. "Your brother come and he took them. He's had them baptized and everything." "Oh, God, not my brother," says the woman. "He's such an idiot. What did he call them?" "Well, he named your daughter Denise," said the doctor. "Oh, that's nice," said the mother. "And he called your your son, the nephew." I fucked that one up.
Oh.
Yes. Nephew.
2 men are walking down the road, and they spot this Italian organ grinder and his little monkey. And as they pass, one of the men sticks a $20 bill in the monkey's cup. "Hey, why'd you do that?" asks his friend. You said you didn't like Italians." "Well, I know, but they're so cute when they're little," the other says. That's so bad. Patty, he's going through customs in Dublin airport, and he's asked to identify a bottle in his luggage. That's holy water I've brought back from Lourdes, says Patty. And the customs officer opens it and sniffs it, and he goes, it smells more like whiskey. Oh, isn't that fantastic, says Patty. Another bloody miracle. This man goes to a rabbi and he asks if he can buy his pet racing pigeon, if he can bury it in the Jewish cemetery. And the rabbi's like, a pigeon in our cemetery? Of course you can't. Oh, God, says the man, I want my favorite bird buried in sacred soil. Do you think the Methodists would maybe let me use their cemetery for $500? $500, said the rabbi. Why didn't you tell me it was a Jewish pigeon? A priest, a minister, and a rabbi are asked, when does life begin? And the priest says, at the moment of conception. And the minister says, at the moment of birth. And the rabbi says, the moment the kids are married and the mortgage has been paid off.
There you go.
You know what you say to a baby Jewish American princess? Gucci, Gucci, goo. Oh, that was bad. Now, how many comedians do you have, Lauren? I don't know how long I can go here.
No, go on for another, I think you can do another 5 minutes. No problem at all.
Okay.
10 if you got to really want to go for it tonight. 5 to 10. All right.
This French explorer, an English explorer, and a New York explorer are captured by a fierce tribe. And the chief says, we're going to kill you. Then we're using your skins to build a canoe. However, you get to choose how you want to die. So the Frenchman says, I take the poison. And the chief gives him poison, and the Frenchman drinks it. And he falls down shouting, Vive la France! The Englishman says, a pistol for me, please. And the chief gives him a pistol, and the Englishman shouts, God save the Queen, and blows his brains out. And the New Yorker says, give me a fork. And the chief's puzzled, but he shrugs and gives him a fork, and the New Yorker takes it and starts jabbing himself all over. What are you doing? Shouts the chief. And the New Yorker says, so much for your canoe, you asshole. This man's helping one of his cows give birth, and he sees his 4-year-old son watching from the fence. And the man thinks, great, he's 4, and I'm going to have to start explaining the birds and the bees. No need to jump the gun. I'll just let him ask, and then I'll answer. Well, after everything's over and the man walks to his son, he says, well, son, do you have any questions? Just one. He's real wide-eyed. How fast was that calf going when he hit that cow? This woman goes to her psychiatrist. I can't sleep at night. When I'm in the next room, I have this dreadful fear that I won't hear my baby if he falls out of the crib. What could I do? Well, that's so easy, says the doctor. Take the carpet off the floor.
That's terrible.
Oh, that is bad. A farmer decides to breed his 3 sows with his neighbor's stud pig, and the farmer drives the sows to the neighbor's farm and leaves them for the day and drives back home in the evening. Well, the next day he looks at the sows to see if they're grazing on grass, a sure sign they're pregnant. Well, they aren't, so the farmer puts them in the truck and drives them back to the stud farm. Well, the next morning he looks out. They're still sitting around as usual. He loads them up again, drives a 3rd time. It goes on for a fortnight, and they never seem to get pregnant, so one morning he decides to give up. He stopped, drive the pigs around, and he says, I'm going to just sleep in. Well, the wife hears some noise, and she looks out. Oh, my God! Oh, my God, those cows are acting very strange. Oh, are they grazing on the grass? The farmer asked. Well, no. 2 were sitting in the back of the truck, and the 3rd's in the front. He's hawking the horn. Oldie but goodie. A feminist gets on a bus. She's disgusted when this little old man stands up to give his seat to her. You patronizing old fool. She shoves him back down. Well, a minute later, another lady gets on. The old man rises to his feet again. You male chauvinist pig, she seethes, and she shoves him back down. The bus stops again. More women get on. Once more, the little old man attempts to stand up. You are living in the Stone Age. hisses this feminist, and she pushes him down. For God's sake, the old man says, would you let me get off? I've missed 3 stops already. This blonde woman phones the fire brigade. Help me, my house is on fire. Tell me your address and we will be there as soon as possible, the operator says. I can't tell you, I'm too confused to think straight. Well, how do you expect us to get there, says the operator. What do you mean, the woman says. Don't you have those big red trucks? You heard about the 2 Mexican firefighting brothers, haven't you? You know, Jose and Jose B. And if there's H2O on the inside of a fire hydrant, what's on the outside? K9P. Ah, ha, ha. Beep, poop, boom, walkie. This guy's ice fishing on a frozen lake. He's not having luck. So this little boy comes along and he bores a hole in the ice a little distance away from him. He starts fishing. And after a few minutes, he's catching this huge fish. Well, after a few minutes later, another large fish is caught. Then another and another. And the man's mystified. And after the boy's caught his 5th fish, the guy goes over and he goes, hey, son, what's your secret? And the boy says, what was that? The man says, and the boy spits in a bucket and goes, I said you gotta keep your worms warm. Have to have a little scuzz in there. Well, 2 guys are out fishing a boat and they're having really good luck. In fact, they catch so much they gotta go back early. Man, this is great. We should mark the spot so we can come back here again. You're right, the other guy says, and he dives to the side and paints this big X on the bottom of the boat. Well, they have to land just as they're about to dock. The first man looks at the second. He goes, I just thought of something. What if we don't get the same boat tomorrow? Speaking of fishing, a single herring can produce over 1 million offspring. God knows how many the married ones put out. Thrilled women are sitting on this park bench and a man jumps out and flashes at them. 2 of the women immediately have a stroke. The other one couldn't quite reach. Oh, God. All right. I'll make this my last one so I don't take the whole night up here. 3 little girls managed to get their father's gun cabinet, and they swallow some of his rifle bullets. The mom takes him to the hospital, and she's told the bullets will eventually work the way through the kids' systems. However, she is warned it could take years to see the results. Well, sure enough, 10 years later, one of the girls goes, Mommy, I've done a really bad thing. I passed a bullet in the toilet. And the woman comforts her and explains how it happened. Well, a few weeks later, another daughter comes up, and she's crying, Mom, I've done a really bad thing. Oh, the mom says, let me guess, you passed a bullet in the toilet, right? And the mother comforts her and tells her what happened. Well, a month later, the 3rd daughter comes up. She goes, Mom, I've done a really bad thing. I know, the mom says. You just passed a bullet into the toilet. Nuh-uh, said the girl. I farted and I shot our cat. Oh, thank you.
Well, that's great. Let's give it up for her. That was good. Whoa, everybody. I hope everybody's having fun tonight.
Oh, yes.
So, Christmas, you get some...